Uncovering history. That's what's happening in Vernon Parish. Archaeologists are working on a site in the Kistachie National Forest, discovering prehistoric artifacts from thousands of years ago. KPLC's Andrea tells us more about the findings.
In the middle of the forest, a history lesson.
Kind of like a mystery, you're picking up puzzle pieces and you're putting them together and you're trying to reconstruct, what people were doing. You're trying to tell a story. How did people live in the past?
Archaeologists say it could be one of the oldest sites in western Louisiana, about 100 acres of the Kistachie National Forest.
Just being in there, moving a shovel and seeing a round circular hole underneath, and you're like, oh, that's something. It's connected to the past. It's connected to a village, a civilization, anything that could have been living here at the time, or peoples who, had their own lives, their own realities.
Anthropology student Gloria Church explains those round circular holes, or post holes, indicate evidence of a permanent structure. And that's what makes the finding here so unique. It was previously believed that people would only come through as hunter-gatherers for short periods of time in this area.
The fact that we found a permanent structure out here that calls some of that into question.
With findings dating back as old as 12,000 years, it tells us about some of the earliest peoples who lived in Louisiana.
To have a site that has the complete sequence of humans all the way from the Ice Age up to the turn of the century here. So this was a pretty important spot. We're on a really high bluff sitting on a creek, so this would have been a nice point to set up a habitation site.
Spending weeks excavating and searching for more history.
Let's see if there's anything.
They remove the soil in layers from the testing pit, collecting dirt to put in the bucket, and then dump it into the screen. And then sift through every grain of soil looking for artifacts.
When you find one of those old points, you hold it in your hand and you think somebody was holding this, 10,000 years ago. Can you really even completely conceive of that?
Once they wrap up field work in a few weeks, the findings will be studied in the lab to better understand the life that was once here. In Vernon Parish, Andrea 7 News.
That's fascinating. The Kistachie National Forest is partnered with the University of Louisiana Lafayette's Public Archaeology Lab for this project.